Ay, ay, ay. Oh, this woman. Wearing everybody out for her birthday. Just everybody. Just, I want this.
No,
And I don't care that my parents are going to get worn out. The kids are going to cry and miss us. You're going to miss your family. But I want 2 perfect days in Napa.
No, I didn't. I was not like that. We were planning something because it was a big birthday for me this year. I don't ever like to share my age, but it was a big one this year. And you would have loved to have thrown me a big old party, but I didn't want a party. You like the party, and I did not want the party.
I told you that I would do whatever you want.
And you did.
And I did. And I did. And what I want is to be with my family. To be with my wife, to be with my kids. I don't need things. I don't want things. I am a very simple man. I just want to be with my family.
I don't know. You're a little bougie sometimes too, Steve Trevino.
Do I not just want to be with my family?
You do just want to be with your family
That's
at
it.
home in your house. Yes.
That's
But so people watching know we are fresh off the plane. I have airplane hair. That's why I'm wearing a hat. I stink like I just got off an airplane.
We need to turn the AC down too. It's hot in here, but it doesn't help that I'm wearing a sweater here. But no, so last week, for those of you that are wondering, let me take this off.
Oh, we missed it. Well, go
ahead and talk.
We recorded an episode.
Ah!
Woo!
I should have went like this. We did record an episode. However, there were things said that could have been taken out of context.
I think our live studio audience really enjoyed it, though. Mason and Eric and Tatiana. It got heated.
It didn't have to, but it did. And that was kind of the point of the conversation. But let's open those blinds. That is why we didn't have an episode, so we apologize. But wow, what a weekend we had to talk about. And Renae, I honestly think that your expertise and what people love about you is your sense of style and class and the things you like to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely think you need to do an entire post on
Napa recap
on what was it like your first time in the Napa Valley.
Yes.
Right.
It was my first time in Napa.
I had done a show there years and years ago, so I knew how beautiful it was and how cool it is, and it's how special that little valley is.
Yeah.
Right. So I had already, Renae had not. So just to take you guys back, Friday I flew into Palm Springs to do a show at Rancho Mirage, which, holy moly, that's probably one of the best California casinos I've gone to.
Yeah.
But show was a huge success. We had a great time.
Did you lay by the pool in the 116 degree weather?
It was
117 degrees.
It was 116, yeah. But my schedule was fly in, land. I went straight to dinner to meet Joe, straight to the show, perform, and then where did I meet you?
We met
in
the
Reno.
Next morning. No, in Phoenix, in the Phoenix airport.
Phoenix. Oh my God.
We've been having a lot of airport rendezvous lately.
Oh my God. This is how crazy it is. I flew from Austin to Phoenix to Palm Springs. Then I woke up and flew Palm Springs to Phoenix to meet up with Renae to then go to Reno. We get to Reno. The whole place is on fire.
Yes. We walk out of the airport and Timmy's like, is that smoke? Is there a fire? I mean, and it was like...
Oh, so they had to block a freeway.
Huge plume of smoke.
They blocked a freeway. Then we had to take another way. But I personally would have much rather spent 2 days in Tahoe.
Than in Napa?
Than in Napa, yes.
Really?
Napa, and we'll talk about it.
Surprise, surprise, we don't agree.
I did it for you.
I know.
I did it for you, and I love Camus, and I love Duckhorn, and I love to drink good wine. It definitely slowed me down.
It for sure slowed you down.
It definitely slowed me down, and Renae and I. But again, we're sitting on these beautiful patios, and I'm thinking to myself, I have a beautiful patio. And I have asked Renae several times.
You're like, I have a bottle of duckhorn in my house.
Yes, I have a bottle of duckhorn at my house. I have cheese. And I'm thinking to myself, well, in my opinion, if you want my opinion.
Give me your opinion. I'm pretty sure you already have, but go again.
I think people tend to think that they have to go somewhere to do certain things, and it's like, or sometimes I think people forget because it's there every day how great where they live is.
Oh no, I know where I know where we live is great, and I agree. We talked a lot in Napa because it was just the two of us, and like one of the things that came up was us sort of taking the time to slow down in our own home. I think that's what it is. I think people don't take the time. It's to slow down in their own home, right? Because there are so many more distractions, whether it be the kids or work.
Because let me ask you this:
housework.
So let me ask you this: what is it about Napa that you really enjoyed?
If we even said, what is it, even broke it down more basically, what is it about taking a trip, just the two of us? Someone makes the bed, someone cooks all the meals because you're eating out.
That happens here.
Hotel sex. I don't have a kid coming to our bed in the middle of the night. Like, there are lots of things that come with taking a couple's trip.
Look, I'm happy we went. And yes, Napa's beautiful. But all I'm saying is that I don't think we take advantage of the fact that I do. I don't think you do.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
We have this beautiful patio out back. On a cool night, I can start the fire.
Yeah.
We can go out there, have a glass of wine together. Doesn't have to be a whole bottle.
Yeah.
Right?
Our kids are not going to let us just sit there, though. Like,
you put
quietly.
the kids to bed.
Yeah.
You put the kids to bed. We go out there. We have a glass of wine together. Like we did in Napa that you enjoyed so much.
We're not home drinkers, though. You and I don't do that. We can be, but you and I don't do that.
So many times I'm like, hey, love, I'll heat up the hot tub. Let's put the kids down. Let's me and you go relax in the hot tub. It's beautiful at night. And why would I do that? I don't want to do that. I don't got time for that. I'm tired.
No, I would much rather be in our hot tub than a communal hot tub, like the germs and stuff.
But how many times am I in the evening, because I'm always working in the yard, in the evening, I'll sit down on my patio back there.
Yeah.
And I'll just chill. Like
it's hot here. We have bugs
here. The deer come out, not in the evening. The deer come out. I'm sitting on the table. I'm completely relaxed. Enjoying my patio.
Yeah.
That I worked so hard to build. And it's beautiful. It's in a freaking oak tree grove.
Yeah.
And then you'll come out and you're like, hey. And you come out with your little, I can already tell, like her little strut. Hey, what are we doing?
My little strut? Yes, that looks like...
No, you have a little...
Just made me like Sasquatch or
No,
something.
Renae has like a I'm on a mission fucking walk. You know what I'm talking about? Like when I see her walking that path back to there to me, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, here she comes. She's going to have something for me to do. She's going to be upset with something. Something's not right. Something's not going her way. And I'm going to hear it. And then I have to leave my spot. Uh-huh. But she'll go out there and I'll go, hey, sit with me. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to just sit here with you. And I'm like, can you just
But that's what happens
here?
when we go away. I don't have kids tugging on me. I don't have someplace else I have to be because we have blocked off time for that. Like that's what happens.
The kids go to school. I drop them off at school. I'm back by 8 a.m.
When do we ever sit and watch TV in the middle of the day?
I don't want to sit and watch TV.
Life.
That's what I'm saying is that we spent the day relaxing and doing things in Napa, which I enjoyed. However, the kids go to school. They don't come home till 3:30.
Yeah.
So there's an hour there that me and you can just go sit.
I think you're entirely missing the point. I think you are so hyper focused right now in this conversation about proving your point.
I'm not trying to prove my point at all.
Completely missing the point about a couple taking time off and going and doing something together.
I'm glad
and I had a great and lovely time, and now we've just gotten home, and you're about to ruin it.
Oh, fuck. See, you can't even talk about it, right? Like that's what I mean. Like that, I live a life of fear. Like I can't say no to something because then I'm an asshole. I can't say, hey, here's my thoughts on something because now I'm ruining it. And it's like, oh, I'm not ruining it.
No.
What I'm saying is that we had a great time in Napa. I enjoyed the time that me and you had.
Yes.
However, a lot of the things we did in Napa don't have to be done in Napa.
And I agreed with you. And I said, I think the lesson learned is that, yes, we should find time to slow things down at home. Do I think that that is a struggle for both of us?
Not for me.
Yes, I do.
Not for me. All year in the evening, I'm there, summertime. I told her my favorite thing to do is to be with the kids and my family, listening to music in the
Napa is picturesque, a very mild climate. We're not out. I don't want to be out in 105 degrees at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's not, no, in the evening time.
That's not exaggerating. It is 105 degrees at 5 p.m.
There's a breeze. It's the hill country. We have a beautiful swimming pool. We have a patio that most people, like, if people Airbnb'd our house, they would have the best fucking time ever here. If they came to New Braunfels and our house was an option to Airbnb, oh my God, they'd be playing ping pong. They'd be lighting the fire, hanging out at the beautiful patio. They'd be swimming. They'd be barbecuing. They would go nuts. But because we live here, we don't. It's like growing up in Portland. When I go back, I realize how special it was to be able to ride my bike with a cast net and a fishing pole and go fishing for redfish and trout and drum whenever I wanted.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do that here in New Braunfels. I can't get in my car and go, I'm going to go fishing right now. Like, I can't do that. But what I'm saying is I think sometimes you forget what you have there. Like the people in Napa are like, I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. And you're like, but you live in Napa.
No, I doubt it. They're like generations. We met people who are generations of Napa.
So tell everybody,
it's so beautiful.
Tell everybody the highlights of Napa. Oh, well, first I did Tahoe for the first time. Huge success. Thank you, all of you, for coming out. And then we ate and again, freaking got to the hotel, had enough time to shower, and then Renae had dinner plans. So I have not slept. And then boom, dinner plans. We went to called Wolf, and it feels like a lodge in Game of Thrones.
But like with beautiful chandeliers hanging from it.
Like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like if some medieval.
It definitely feels like the restaurant was interior designed by a set director. It had that feel to it.
It was cool, but it was kind of kitschy.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, really.
There's a fake tree through the middle of it.
The TVs have like wolves running through you know what I mean? Yeah. You're like, okay, we get it. It's Wolf, right?
But the food was really good.
The food was amazing. The food was absolutely amazing.
I mean, granted, we ate a 3-course meal in 45 minutes.
Did you look it up? It's pretty cool, right? It was awesome. Had a nice dinner with the wifey. Then we did the show. We brought a cake on stage for Renae. It's been birthday life for this woman.
It has. I'm over my birthday now.
What?
I am over my birthday.
Please, somebody, please understand.
Eric said it's the 10th. It only took us till September 10th.
Then we got in the car in the morning and drove to
Napa from Tahoe. Yeah, we road tripped it.
Beautiful drive, leaving. I mean, you're like weaving through. And then we ended up having to go kind of the back roads because of that fire. So we ended up having to go to the back roads. But, I mean, you pull into Napa and you're just like, holy crap, I see white people. I mean, there's like a lot of white people. Yeah. But it was nice. Give us the highlights.
The highlights, we did wine tasting. I mean, listen, I loved it because it's so picturesque. Everything is beautiful no matter where you are. There's the good wine. Even more than the wine, I enjoyed the food. We had some amazing food, I thought, in my opinion.
I will say that the lunch we had made by the chef, it was good, but I wanted more. Dude, the plates are this big.
Oh yeah, I can't do that.
You know what I mean? Like it's
so
like 2 forkfuls of everything. Here's salmon. We got the best salmon. It's 1 ounce of salmon. Right? Can you give this to Tatiana, please? Tell her it's our friend.
But the food. So in Napa, you have like in Napa, you have the highest concentration of Michelin star restaurants anywhere in the country. So the food game is the bar is set very high for food in Napa.
The flavors, and I will say that, like, you know, I really like to learn about things, and I do like nice wines.
Yeah.
So that lunch experience at Sequoia was really cool because they would actually give you things to taste. Well, first you taste the wine, then they give you something to taste.
Yeah.
And then you taste the wine, and you can really taste the difference.
Yes.
Where they're doing like wine pairing. Like this wine pairs well with this. I've heard that a million times. I've never truly
experienced that.
Like, because they do very bold things, right? So they go, put this salt on your tongue, then taste the wine. And you're like, oh, wow, that's different. Now, take this little bit of oil, olive oil, and then taste the wine. And then...
Or the lemon. Bite the lemon and then taste the wine. The acidity makes such a difference.
Could you could not tell the difference like I could?
I could, not so much with the salt, but I definitely could with the lemon, and I could with the olive oil. And then I forget what else was on the plate. There was one more. It was salt.
Cheese.
Oh, the cheese. And I couldn't as much with the cheese either. But the cheese was really good.
No,
I
could
just wanted
tell.
more of the cheese.
But dude, when I tell you the piece of lemon was this big. The cheese was that big. And then they're like, okay, well, here comes course number 1. And it's literally a plate that big. And come on in.
The salmon was about that big.
It was literally like
And it was a thin patty.
like, you know how much
It was
salmon
so
you
good.
would
It
get
was so good.
on a sushi? That's how much salmon it was. And that was the whole course.
Yeah. And then we had another piece of steak after that.
Yeah, but dude, the steak was this big.
But the salad was so beautiful. I didn't want to eat it and mix it up. It had like flowers. It was beautiful.
Then we went to a place where there was like 5 different chefs, and it was a set menu, and then they bring it out. I didn't enjoy that.
It was a Michelin restaurant, and they do this. It was Charter Oak was the name of the restaurant. So Sequoia Grove was the winery that had the amazing food and wine pairing. I would totally recommend it. I would do it again if I went back with friends, not with you.
Well, no, it's just I have issues when it feels like a timeshare pitch. Do you know what I mean? Like the whole time you're there, all they're doing is trying to sell you a membership. Like their goal is to get you into their wines and then sell you a membership. So they have a salesperson. That person is there.
Well,
who's
especially
a salesperson.
a wine like that where there's so many bottles they make that it's only sold there on property because they're small batch.
What I thought I was getting was, because you told me it is a food and wine pairing lunch. I thought we would sit down like a restaurant, and then they would bring you a half a glass of wine and say, this pairs well with your first meal.
Yes.
And then we eat, and then me and you get to talk.
I mean, I honestly, you don't know, you're like booking it off of a website. I honestly thought it was going to be that too. And it was. It was just more of a guided experience than you would have liked. Why is Eric dying laughing? Oh.
No, I wanted to sit down with my wife, have a meal, and then I would not have mind if they came out and said, hey, this wine pairs well with this. If you want more of it, let us know.
Yeah.
But boom, boom, and then we eat, and then the next round comes out, and then there's another thing of wine.
Yeah.
But we never got to enjoy each other's company because it was nonstop salesy.
No, but there's other guests, and it's like a group experience as opposed to, it was not a private experience. It was a group experience.
Let me tell you about the grapes, okay? The grapes. So we harvest our wines from different places here in Napa Valley, okay? So what you're tasting here?
Well, I'm glad your impressions of other people are just as bad as the ones you do of me.
The grape is in the hills. So because it's in the hills, the temperature's 5 degrees dark. So you're gonna get a bolder. You're gonna get a bolder. You're gonna get a more strong, a spicier, if you will, flavor on this wine. And the seeds are dark, and you're just like, can I eat?
Is this a sommelier or is this a salesperson?
That's a salesperson.
Okay, not even a sommelier.
Well, there's sommeliers, but they're just there to fucking sell you. But I wanted lunch with my wife where me and you could talk, have a conversation, relax, enjoy the meal. Instead, and then the chef would come out. What do you guys think? Huh? I went ahead.
No, he would explain the dish and why he chose the dish he did for that particular wine.
So the whole time somebody else is talking, and you just feel like you're in school. Does that make sense? I'm not being negative.
No, I'm just in my head. I'm laughing because you say I'm the picky one, but I think you would pick apart and complain about everything that we did in Napa. But I had a really great time.
No, let me correct myself. I like making you happy.
Yes,
I will do things that I do not like
yes.
to make you happy.
Yes, I know. You let me know it all the time.
On the other hand, Renae refuses to do things
I'm quite
that
honest.
she doesn't like to make me happy.
But what are the things that make you happy that you want her to join you on?
Simple things, easy things.
Crap.
So Mason, yes, we tried. Fuck, we tried. Dude.
I played craps with you in Tahoe.
Mason's question
I
to
pushed
me
the button,
was...
I rolled the dice. Yep. I rolled the dice and I did not complain.
And she rolled craps like 3 times in a row.
No, that is not true.
Yes.
That is not true. I wasn't rolling that long to get to roll it 3 times.
You did. Oh, gosh. The amount of lying you do on this fucking podcast is phenomenal to make yourself look better. Mason's question was, Steve, what would you like her to join with you? Well, I like to relax in the evenings at my home. I would like Renae to stop doing and put down whatever she's doing and join us.
It's usually putting the kids to bed. Bathing Delilah.
I would like to make a suggestion and go, hey, I think it'd be very nice for us to be in the hot tub. It's a beautiful night out. Can you join me? And her say yes.
I can do that. The next time you invite me to go to the hot tub with you at night, I can do that.
I would like to tell my wife.
When was the last time you asked me to do that, though?
No, I do not want to spend an extra day on the road. I want to go home, and I would like my wife to yes, okay, I understand that, and I will go home for you.
And I usually do. This was a big birthday for me. We had been talking. We actually had way different plans for what. Now. No. We had way different plans for what we were going to do for my birthday, and we just decided
That's the hardest thing about being married.
It wasn't feasible. It wasn't good timing. It wasn't a good idea. And so I was like, well, you know what? You're going to be in this part of the country on my birthday. Here's a place I've never been. Like, I think this would be really fun.
Was I positive?
Can we go do this?
Was I positive?
You say you are, and in the moment you are, but holy fuck, I feel like you've done a lot of complaining.
I'm not complaining. You want my real opinion.
No, I know your real opinion. I heard it all the way on the plane.
I didn't say a word on the plane. I slept.
You did sleep on the plane, but I mean like in the car.
See? Caught her again.
In the car as we were driving.
I didn't say a word. Baby, I haven't said a word. I like making you happy.
This morning at the airport, you looked like you were going to cry because you missed the kids so much.
Yes, I miss my kids that much.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
You were like so miserable and grumpy.
Not because I just miss. Can I miss my kids?
Yeah, no, I know. And that's that. You know what? That's the part. If I'm being honest, I had a great trip. I loved it. Thank you very much for making it happen.
Was I positive?
And you tried to be really hard. I could tell you were trying. Yes.
Was I positive?
Yes.
Did we go with the flow and do everything you wanted to do?
We did. You kept asking, what do you want to do next? What do you want to do next?
And did I do it?
You did it. Yes.
Yes. Did I sit on a fucking chair for 2 hours?
Yes, you did.
And swing and look at the view?
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Yes, you did.
Yes,
you did.
So look, I'm not telling you that I wasn't happy to do it for you. I'm happy to do it for you. But if you want my real opinion, I would much rather go to Napa and sit down and have a meal and have wine than go through the class. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Did I enjoy the experience? The one thing that I did get out of it is I did learn a lot. Like I did learn about different pairings. Yeah. I did learn for the first time, really taste the difference of the wine with the food. So I enjoyed learning. However, I just wanted to sit at a dinner or lunch. Yeah. With my wife and enjoy a nice lunch with my wife. And was it cool to do? Yes. I didn't enjoy it because it felt like a classroom setting to me. Mm-hmm. And it felt like me and you never got to have a conversation. Yeah. Because the private lunch costs more money. But we still would have had the person there.
So it sounds like you are a fan of shared experiences and you are a fan of immediate connection.
Well, I just wanted to be left. I just want to be left alone.
I'm not necessarily. I'm a fan of good food and wine, and it just happened to come in the form that it did, and I enjoyed that experience.
I enjoyed it.
Could I have done without the person speaking? As long as that same chef was cooking that same food, I could have done that. That was good.
Men and women are different. I enjoy hunting. I enjoy fishing. Renae doesn't enjoy that.
I don't enjoy hunting at all.
Right. Renae enjoys going to Napa and sitting there and relaxing and having somebody teach us and the shared experience. And all I'm saying is that for your birthday, I was happy to do it with you. And I did it with you.
You did do it with me.
And I'm happy to do it with you.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
I spent a lot of fucking money.
I had a great time. It was really nice.
Enjoying Napa. So let's
tell your face like you tell me all the time.
No, I had moments. I had moments where I really appreciated most about our experience in Napa was that it did slow me down, and that me and you just sat there together.
Yeah.
With beautiful weather and a beautiful scenery, and we just relaxed.
We hadn't even talked about the hot air balloon ride.
What? You gonna leave that out?
Dude, if I told you what it cost, you would fucking shit.
No, because here's what happened.
This one private?
I booked it. Well, I booked it,
It
and
was
then
private.
I realized
We didn't even get the bone up there.
No, I booked it, and then I realized that you're in a basket with multiple people. So then I called to just like figure out the specifics, and they're like, well, it could be 20 people, or maybe we could put you in a basket with like 6 to 8 people. It just depends on how many people we have sign up and how many pilots and how many balloons. And I was like, oh, Steve, I know you told me that I could like do whatever I wanted for my birthday, and this is like a bucket list item for me, but if I put you in a basket up in the air with 20 other people, you will jump out. Like you will legit jump out. So I upgraded and booked us in the private balloon.
No, she upgraded. Okay, we'll talk about the balloon ride.
I know you did not care for it that much, but for me, it was like, it was a bucket list item. Where or when else would I ever go up?
Let me interrupt real quickly because I have learned this between you and I. I can envision what something tastes like. I can envision what an experience might feel like.
You can picture what it's like to go up in a hot air balloon
Yes.
and say, I don't need to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I truly can visualize what being in a hot air balloon would be like. I even visualize the feeling of the heat coming from I can feel it. Like I am very good at visualizing what an experience would be.
Yeah.
Right. So and maybe because I've experienced so much in my life.
Yeah.
Like I have done so much in my life. Right. But I mean, I could write a book. I mean, and that's the thing too, is the frustrating part is I have experienced so much in my life and my kids have not. So now my kids are like, I want to do this. I want to do that. And I'm like, I've already done it. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. The first thing Garrett said when I saw him today was he goes, I heard you went up in a hot air balloon. So Garrett's go up in a hot air balloon.
I will tell you that, you know
I'll take him in the basket with 20 people.
You know how sometimes on Facebook, they're like, check off all these experiences. Have you ever had a DUI? Have you ever been to jail? Have you been on a hot air balloon? Like I honestly can check off.
Stabbed in the arm with a knife.
This side. I can check off like everything. Like I can literally go, oh, been to jail. I mean, you name it, I've done it.
That's not on my bucket list.
Again, I love learning.
I wanted to do it. Like, honestly, I was like, I wish that, I mean, I understand for safety, legal reasons why it can't be, but like, I wanted to maneuver things.
It is, I learned a lot. It's basically sailing in the air.
Yeah.
You're basically a sailboat in the air. So you take off, and then literally the whole hour, they're trying to figure out how to land.
Like, well, because it's Napa and there's like vineyards everywhere. So they only have designated spots and relationships with people who are okay with the company landing on their property.
And they can only ride with the wind.
So they're basically spending the entire time that you're up there in the air trying to figure out the wind pattern.
And where they're going to land.
So that they know how they can get back to where they're
And they're on a walkie-talkie going, which way are you going?
I don't like that.
And they're like, well, I'm at 300 feet and the wind is actually blowing east. Come down here. So then you go down and then you move at a whopping 1 mile an hour going that way. It was a cool experience. However, when you are in Iraq and you're entertaining the troops and you're flying around in Black Hawk helicopters. When you're in Iraq.
Not on my bucket list.
When you're in Iraq performing for the troops and you get to a fob and the fob gets attacked while you're landing and they have to put you in Apaches to get you out of there, not Blackhawks. Okay? When you're in a Black Hawk flying through Iraq and they get a call and basically let us know.
None of those things are on my bucket list. And how is that compared to a hot air balloon ride?
Let me explain. And they go, hey, you were the closest team to Petraeus. I don't care who you have. We need support right now. And then you just hear our pilots go, sorry, fellas. And then you just bank and they're fucking moving to a motorcade on the ground. And then you put me in a hot air balloon.
Well, it was not your birthday, Steve Trevino.
Well, those are things that have happened to me in the few tours I've done. Think about these men and women who are there for a year, 2 years, and several deployments. But what I'm saying is the excitement and the being in the air in that situation to, hey, would you like to now get on a hot air balloon?
Listen, I don't think you compare one to the other. I think they're completely different experiences.
I will say that it really, really mellowed me out.
Yes. No, that was the bummer of it. You couldn't take.
Well, not only that,
Renae
Renae goes, oh, and by the way, exhausted, right? Flying in, performing, flying Austin, Phoenix, Palm Springs, get on stage, finish getting on stage, wake up at 4 a.m, get to the airport, fly to Phoenix, pick up Renae, fly to Reno, get out of the airport, drive to Tahoe, get to Tahoe, get out of the car, go straight to dinner, straight to a show, to Renae going, oh, by the way, we have to be there at 6 a.m.
That's the only time the balloons go up. Is
and I was like, fuck yeah, thanks, babe. Like, happy birthday to you. I will be up at 5 a.m. But it was definitely, it's a beautiful view of the and it makes you realize how small the valley is.
Yeah.
But you also go so high that you can see the San Francisco Bay. Oh, yeah.
So on a clear day, we looked out. We had good weather.
So you can see the San Francisco Bay over there. But for me, it was very, very slow.
It's serene. I mean, you see flocks of birds below you and you hear them and you're like up above the birds. And then even just as like it moved with the wind, I don't know, there's just something really beautiful about nature and being up there.
And the balloons were beautiful.
Yeah.
And our pilot wouldn't shut the fuck up. A lot of talking, the pilot.
No.
And I was like, dude, let me just be, and then he'd be like, well, I've been ballooning since 1978 and my favorite place to balloon is in Africa.
I appreciated his experience.
Well, dude, you're freaking, we tried to land on this golf course, but then the wind was faster than he thought. So it was like, we're passing that. And they're like, you guys hold on because we're going to bump.
Yeah.
We're like, boom.
He basically so they tell you, like, Steve's supposed to put his back against the basket. And then I get in front of Steve with my back against Steve's belly. And we're supposed to,
why's it got to be my belly?
Embrace. Well, because that's the first thing I touch.
God damn, her powerful chest. Maybe
it's the thing that protrudes the most. That's why.
You have my phone? Where are we at on time? I got to make sure. But no, I just...
But yeah, we
Again, if you were to say, well, Steve, would you like to go on a hot air balloon and pay this much? I would say no.
Yes, I know. You made it very clear.
Do you feel comfortable disclosing the number on the podcast?
No.
Afterwards.
Yeah, I'll tell you afterwards.
You know what I mean?
No, do you know what? Listen, if you're going to propose, that's an incredible way to propose. I think there are really amazing things.
Like, she's stuck there.
If you know she's going to say yes.
She's like, I will say yes, and then when I get the fuck off this thing, later, loser. But again, I think that it's very important to have an open mind and to experience things that your wife enjoys. And I also think that wives should experience and be there for their husband for the things that they enjoy.
Agreed. And all I would say is that, like, as couples, like, the bummer of it.
I would never be on a hot air balloon.
What I was going to say is that the bummer of it is that I loved our trip to Napa. I had a really great time. It sucks that my partner did not love it or enjoy it as much either, and that you really just wanted to be at home with our kids. Cause I wish we both enjoyed the experience as much.
I enjoyed making you happy. I enjoyed that you enjoyed it. And I held your hand.
It would make me even happier if I felt like my husband wasn't miserable while we were doing it.
I wasn't miserable. That's not fair. I wasn't miserable. I enjoyed it. All I'm saying is that if you and Tatiana went to Vegas and us 3 boys went to Vegas, the things that we would want to do are different.
We would choose to do different things. Sure.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that I wish that sometimes
but as a couple,
sometimes I wish that you and I had more in common, because I think that a different man might have felt differently about what we did. That's all I'm saying.
A different man.
a challenge in our relationship is that we
would not have sex with you the way I do. He'll be like, here, wear this. No, we're different.
No, I know. And it's one of the challenging parts of our relationship is finding ways that we both enjoy connecting together. Correct. And that's like honest.
And I felt like we connected. I felt like we had some good downtime and relaxed together and enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. However, I am just saying that if you were to say what was the highlight of Napa for you, Steve, I would say that it was making my wife happy.
Yeah.
The highlight of Napa was giving my wife exactly what she wanted.
And I just wish it didn't feel like you had to try so hard. That's it. Like I wish that you loved it and enjoyed it with me.
I know. Enjoy it.
And I, you know what? And I thank you. I appreciate the effort.
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed drinking wine. And there was, moments at Duckhorn when we were there. It was just so beautiful in Camus. It was just gorgeous. And me and you, we did a lot of this. Without the podcast.
We did. Yeah.
We sat at a table together. They brought wine, and me and the wife chatted. The weather was perfect, and we had some good downtime together.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that if you were to say, Steve, what do you want to do for your birthday? It's none of those things.
I know.
I don't want to sound like a dick.
Hey, guess what? I'm not taking you to Napa on a trip for your birthday.
But that's what I'm saying. But I was happy to do it with you.
Someone sent me a message on my Instagram when I said we were taking a little trip together. They said, I hope you're not staying in a yurt.
Oh, she made me do that one time. It was the whole thing. But I enjoyed being with you. However, like I said, when you have been in a Black Hawk helicopter flying over Iraq, like Tatiana has, being in a hot air balloon is not that exciting.
Yeah.
And I can envision I can send up a drone, get the same view. But was it cool?
I don't think that's the same experience.
Was it cool?
I could navigate a drone too, and it's not the same as being the one up in the sky.
That's like It was good. And now going back to the food, so we go to this, what was it called? The Oak?
Charter Oak.
Which
is a Michelin star restaurant.
I will pay for good food all day, all the time, anytime. I have no problem spending money on a premium steak or king crab or a good meal. I'm all about it. We go to this deal, and it is a Michelin whatever, star whatever. And it was a set menu. They had 5 different chefs. And
I think it was 3.
3 different chefs, and each chef was going to bring you something.
8 courses.
It was like 8 courses, but they just tried too hard.
Some of the dishes were great, some of them weren't. But I think the thing about mixing chefs is the menu didn't necessarily feel so cohesive. But what's really cool about Napa is it's a farming community. So all of the food you're eating is with the freshest ingredients. They brought us hummus and vegetables that had just been picked from the garden. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a 2-acre garden that they take all their vegetables from for the restaurant.
We had fresh sourdough bread that was, how old was that starter? That was like a
the starter
40-something-year-old starter.
Oh, no, hundreds of years old.
Oh, was it? I don't remember. And then the butter is like fresh churned butter from dairy that's there in Napa Valley.
Some of the stuff was good, but again, I'm like, can I get a good steak? Can I get a good, we ate at Wolf. It was awesome. Great mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Great steak. And as much as I love food, I felt like these chefs it was a little try hard. Here's a tomato salad. And it was like, all right, it's just 3 tomatoes you kicked the shit out of. and there was no flavor. There's no flavor, However, we were sitting there and he goes, well, these are the wines that we have. I said, well, which I like Merlots is what I like. And he goes, well, there's this, we carry Faust or whatever. The guy next to us was like, and I'm a representative at the Faust House. Here's a card. Come visit us. So we had left the next day completely open the evening after Duckhorn to do whatever. And we were like, well, cool. We met this dude. We'll go to the Faust House and relax. So that was our last winery of the evening yesterday. It was nice. It was comfortable, beautiful view.
Yeah.
Sat on a chair and swang, with my wife.
Yeah.
But it was good. And I enjoyed meeting Miguel.
Oh, yeah.
At Duckhorn. We met this kid at Duckhorn who was our sommelier.
Yeah.
But had been trained there because his great grandfather was working at Duckhorn when it started. When Duckhorn started in the 70s. Oh no, I'm sorry, his grandfather.
I was like, are we getting this story right?
I want to get him on the podcast. His grandfather was working for the Duckhorn family. Then his entire family now works for Duckhorn. And they did a whole article and they named a wine after his family.
And after the place in Mexico where they are from. Yes. Because they now grow grapes there.
Yes. So, just this really cool story of generations. And it was really cool that this, his parents are still in production. And they kind of went to another facility for Duckhorn to run their production. But he's there. And then it was crazy because he was not supposed to have us, and then the person that
their computers were down when I went to check in for our appointment, and I was like, "We have a reservation." I was like, "But I don't know exactly what our reservation is for," and they were like, "Okay, just give us a second." And then I think they didn't want to make us wait anymore, and they were like, "Okay,
we'll give him Miguel."
Yeah.
So we're actually sending him a Raul shirt because I want to get Raul for him and his dad. I want to get people in the Napa Valley wearing Raul. Yeah, I think it would look good, but. All in all, I hope you had a good time.
I had a great time.
I did it for you.
I appreciate you doing it for me.
I hate that you're saying, well, you're complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm not. I'm happy I took you. I'm happy we had a good time.
Yeah.
There was moments that I really enjoyed. All I'm saying is that would I pick that? No.
I know you wouldn't.
But you did, and I went, and I was positive. I got in the mineral water pool with you.
Oh, yeah, the hotel we stayed at had mud baths and mineral pools. Yeah, it was really cool.
But I did, everything you suggested, I did. I wasn't grumpy. I wasn't upset.
You did. From the beginning, you said, plan whatever you want to do, and I'll go along with it, and I won't complain and I'm going to try really hard not to be grumpy.
Fuck my mental health. Fuck my physical health. What does Renae want?
That's not true.
That's right. It's her birthday. Yeah. Yes, I better fucking give her what she wants.
Suffer.
Yes, suffer. Yes. But we talked about it. I think I do agree with you that it is a great girls' weekend.
Well, I was going to say, maybe next time I go back with a girlfriend who likes hot air balloons and hasn't been in a Black Hawk ever in her life. And
I want that bitch to pay for it, too. Yeah, see if you're... Yeah. See it.
Tatiana, I enjoy both.
No, I think it's very female.
Yeah.
It's very... You saw single women, or not single women. You saw girl groups.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
And you saw husbands and wives.
And couples. Yeah.
You didn't see like 4 dudes.
You did not.
You just don't see, right? I mean, it's just is what it is.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
4 dudes aren't getting together going, Napa dudes, let's go. Wine and cheese on a patio. What do you think, fellas? Like, it's just not.
Yeah.
But for a husband and wife, I enjoyed it. I'm glad I went.
Yeah.
I would recommend other husbands to be open-minded and go and have a glass of wine with your wife and sit in these beautiful...
I'm sure you're going to convince them after this episode.
No, that's not fair. You keep acting like I'm being a dick. I'm not. There were things that I enjoyed, and I'm glad I did it with you.
Yeah.
I am. But it also kept me away from the kids for 4 days when I don't like to be away from the kids for 4 days.
I know.
I don't want to do that. I want to be with my kids.
Yeah.
Right? So all I'm saying is that, yes, as a husband and wife, day or two in Napa is great.
Yeah.
It's very relaxing. It's very relaxing. It is probably one of the most relaxing places. You sit in these beautiful gardens, and they bring you wine, and you sip on wine all day. It's very relaxing.
Yeah.
And it did slow my life down because normally I'm go, go, go. I mean, we literally sat at the Faust house together for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like, we just sat there.
You were on the phone making phone calls. I think that's when you were happiest too.
It was Monday.
No, I know. I'm just saying that, like, I think part of the reason you enjoyed that is you were sitting there, but you were also making your phone calls. And what a beautiful place, right? Like, that we have the flexibility that a vineyard can be our office for your office for the day.
But I would recommend it for a husband and wife, for her to go enjoy a relaxing couple of days in Napa. Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah, no, I for sure would.
I mean, I wouldn't do it again anytime soon. Because
I probably wouldn't go with you again anytime soon.
Well, it's very expensive.
Yes, it is. That it is. You know what? That's what I
It's-
was thinking of when we were sitting doing dinner is how do you do this experience on a budget? You know, like there's tips and tricks for how to do a New York City trip I shouldn't say on the cheap because it's not. New York's still expensive, but you can get some great street meat. You can have amazing bagels.
Yeah,
and
but
coffee
remember,
off of a
we
cart.
also ate at the best restaurants in town. I mean, they had like really cool brick oven pizza places. They had really cool burger places, so there is a way to go. But each tasting is like $75 a person.
On the less expensive side, like if you're not a member, you're paying anywhere between $55, $75 just for the tasting. That's no food, no cheese, no crackers or nuts. That's just for them to pour a little bit of wine in 5 glasses.
Yeah, so it's $150 per winery. So if you do 2 wineries in a day, that's 300 bones.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Then you do dinner that night. Then you get a hotel. And then
the
you get a
hotels in the
fucking
area
hot
are
air
not
balloon.
cheap.
And I could have got 5 hotel rooms, 10 hotel rooms for that whole hour. The whole hour we did. But it's over. Renee's birthday is finally over.
Officially over.
Good Lord,
Yes.
the abuse I have taken.
Happy birthday, Renae.
Thank you.
Dude, meanwhile, sometimes I'm laying on the couch. I'm like, baby, come lay with me. And she's like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to lay there with you and do nothing. I'm like, wow, thanks. I mean, I'll go to Napa, sit on a hot air balloon for 2 days, be away from my kids, be depressed, but you won't lay with me for 2 minutes and give me a hug?
I gave you a hug when you were sitting on the couch just right now before we podcasted.
Because you feel guilty.
No, because I feel appreciative. Not because
Okay.
I feel guilty, because I feel
You
appreciative.
know what I am appreciative of? Our sponsors.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Aztec Chevrolet. All your needs for all of your vehicle needs. Now, because it is a group and becoming a big group, it is now Coastal Bend Chevrolet. So please look us up. Please give us an opportunity to get you a vehicle. They were so good with Tatiana. They delivered her beautiful Tahoe, the one she wanted, how she wanted to do it. It was so easy, the process. Give them an opportunity. Old Salt Coffee, Trevino 10, pick Cherries, get the app, Rao Western Wear. We are selling out, guys. It is crazy. Like, we need to make another order. We are doing wonderful. Thank you for all the love and support that you have given us. And Rebecca Creek, my favorite whiskey. I will say that I have been bragging about the double Spanish oak, and it is crazy because it's very hard to find now.
Yeah.
And there's not much left. So even online, I don't know if you guys have noticed, Mason, Eric, even online, what used to be a $60 bottle is now $300 because it's that good and it's becoming that rare. So get your hands on one, my whiskey lovers, and hold on to it because it is just going up. We're actually going to do something for Christmas where you can, because it's hard to buy a simple man a gift.
Yeah.
Most simple men don't want anything. They don't need anything. They don't ask for anything, right? And it's hard to buy your husband a gift. So we are going to do a special, the last 2 barrels of the double barrel Spanish oak, limited release. And that's it. And we're going to do that as a gift to our dads if people want to do that, right?
Very cool.
And then we're also talking to our friends over at Prestige, because what I want to do is Wednesday, war stories and whiskey. You like that?
Yeah, I do.
So I'll bring
Sounds
in some of our veteran friends like Shiloh Harris to come in. We open up some bottles of whiskey. We have a little bit of whiskey, and we do like a podcast, but it's specifically about war stories and whiskey.
That's cool. I like it.
So we're going to do something like that probably in December. I think it'll be good. Thank you for joining us. I love you very much.
I love you.
And I will
too,
do
Steve
anything
Trevino.
to make you happy.
I know
Anything.
you will. I know you will.
I
And
would love
appreciate
it in return. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time.